What is good, friends, and welcome back. We are still in Cairo during the final phase, the third phase of this conquest, and at this point the enemy is on the retreat and we have to we're chasing down the enemy, trying to score more repute points and killing machine points. And now the enemy is trying to build a central command to reactivate their claim land that got turned invalid. So this is what I'm gonna do right there. And the goal is to approach to the build site. You want to get as close as possible, and while you do so, the enemy will try to impede your progress by sending troops and whatnot. Now, I'm going to send my bomber to dissuade the enemy from coming. And every scenario is different. In that case, when the enemy is on the retreat, their power is reduced and only a few warriors are still playing in this city. So you may not face a great opposition. That's why I'm fairly confident to attempt to cancel this CC alone. I know that some G27 will come with me, will come along, but so far I'm the only one approaching that build site. I'm gonna finish off this straggler right there. And when you send bombers, even though the enemy is on the retreat, always send your fighter. You never know if they can counter you, especially in my case where I have a weak bomber. So now the troop disappeared. You remove this troop, and when your bomber is already engaged, you can reacquire another target. So this is what I'm trying to do right there. I may have one pass, and now I need to be extra careful. As you see, this ATG in anti-aircraft mode is chewing up my bomber. So I'm gonna have to retreat, and maybe I can take this fighter down before he retreats. Like this one right there. A few kills, why not? There you go. So now the problem with this build site, yeah. So this is the weak point. This is my entrance point where I should start the assault or the siege. Now I'm gonna load up some buffs, even though this alliance have only a few warriors. I'm gonna put all my chances in my favor and activate a few buffs to make this whole operation easier. So I'm staging there. I will boost my army a little bit. So I'm gonna remove that. I don't need this. And I'm gonna already have some reserves, some coupons. I'm gonna use them. There you go. So now that I'm building up my army, I want to take another peek at this whole situation. So this is all the land I have to cross. This is inactive, but it doesn't matter. The enemy can still jump and ambush me. So this is the issue that I have to deal with. So you need to be careful once you are in claim land. You cannot deploy your base, so you have to find a neutral village. There you go, final destination. So this will be my final destination. I'm gonna relocate, make sure that my fighter is deployed. So while I'm en route, I cannot deploy it. So this, I will build my base right there. So the distance between my base and the assault is the shortest. And while I'm doing so, there you go. So the enemy will try to once again slow me down or attack me, but this bomber will not be enough. I will intercept this helicopter. So that's why I'm fairly confident that the opposition is not great. So so far I can solo this operation fairly easily. If it's more busy, so if we're still at the beginning of the conquest, or if the enemy is not on the retreat, you may want you may want to wait for more members and build up some army groups. Doing this alone, unless you have a monstrous base, could be possible. In my case, I have a strong base compared to the enemy, but still, doing everything solo against a few players is challenging. If you do a mistake, you can pay a hefty price. Now they're still trying to attack me. Same guy. When you are on the move, zoom out a little bit to make sure that you see a whole picture, that nobody is trying to sneak up on you. And so now I'm doing a final checkup, analyze the strength of the bases in that site so I can make my final decision. Now that my base is set up, I will fill out the empty spot if I lost a few reserves. Relocate. Now I will begin the assault. And this is the tricky part here. This is tricky. Why is it tricky? Well, obviously, now I'm doing a mistake. I wanted to select my main battle tank with my artillery, but instead I choose my helicopter that is quite weak. And this is not gonna work as well as I planned, but despite that, let's see how it goes. So I did a little mistake here. I should have bring my fighter ahead so I avoid losing troops for nothing. Not a big deal. It's a small loss. And that Katyusha is quite weak. Anyways. So I'm gonna repel the attack right there. I'm gonna wait till my base arrives near my army while watching more opposition. So now I'm confused because I'm selecting my helicopter when I want to select my tank. Okay, so this guy's gone. So this will be the first guy to go, even though I do not want to start the siege in that area. This base only have one troop inside and it's quite weak, so I may take it out just in case he got a strong air force inside that base and wants to take out my army. So I'm gonna start the siege. Now this base is weak, but there is a lot of, well, not a lot, but there's a few defenses that will chew up my main battle tank, so I have to retreat and avoid unnecessary loss. Okay. Because at this point, everything you lose, you cannot build it up. Unless you keep your base behind you and feed your reinforcement. Feed reinforcement, I mean. But in that case, my base is in truck mode, so whatever I lose, I cannot build it back now. So now, this is the big mistake I did. For a reason, I didn't enable the attack. I didn't activate my howitzer to siege that base, so it's only my main battle tank, and for a reason, my howitzer are attacking the base defense. So I lost all my... yeah. I lost all my tank, I lost my howitzer, my weaker howitzer. Now I have to reset. So I have to go back. So now you see the challenge. You cannot do a single mistake. If you do a mistake, you pay a hefty price. I have to go back, but fortunately, I have plenty of time. They don't have enough bases, and this build is at the beginning. So I have more time to reset and try again. I'm gonna get rid of this troop right there. Okay, now we have one base that just jumped in. Make sure I'm out of range. Another base. So now it's getting a little bit more challenging. The enemy knows that I'm alone, so they will try to land more base and stop the attack. I want to destroy that bunker, so I could siege that base as well, but that may not be necessary. So I have a friendly here from HBR that will help me a little bit. Now I'm driving back. So now I change my army composition a little bit. I switch officers. I will put a long range officer on that Katyusha and assault with both artillery, both howitzer, and one Katyusha to expedite the base destruction process. So I'm gonna hurry, make sure I destroy this base before he finish building up defense. Okay, so this is going well so far. I'm not losing too much main battle tanks. There you go. So he escaped. Now I have to get rid of this cannon right there, this scorpion cannon. Now I have more friends. This operation will get easier. I wanted to solo this whole operation, but I cannot, stop them from helping me, right? So bombers, be careful. Go. Always make sure you have jets in the area to stop or prevent bombers from damaging the howitzer. I will siege. I will attack this cannon. So this is a bug, a problem that I don't like. So this cannon seems to be already destroyed, but it's still showing up and I cannot attack it. Okay, now there's no more defense. I'm gonna pack my base, bring my truck, so I have to destroy this base to make room and block this build. And since I don't have any more main battle tanks, I will ask my buddies to help me, assist me destroying this base to expedite the process. So we're getting in position. Being able to throw up tags is much easier, so communication is key here. Now, even though this base is destroyed, I cannot fit my base in for a reason, as this build site is inside claim land, so my base is too big, too fat to fit in that small area. We're gonna have to destroy that defense and an additional base in order for me to block this build. And without placing tag, this will be very difficult for my team to figure this out, as they don't see what I'm trying to do. So I will put a tag right there. There you go. And while advancing toward your target, they will understand that this base needs to go. Alright, so my fighter is doing a cleaning job. So you see, even without this base defense, cannot fit it. So this base needs to go. So I'm gonna prepare my truck and make sure that nobody tries to jump between my final destination and my truck. That could be a problem too, but like I said, at this point the enemy lost the will to fight, and I understand that's the name of the game. So I will be able to deploy my base right there. Now the building site is officially blocked. I can take all the time I want. Plus I have some friendlies with me. And the first thing you want to do when you block a build in Cairo, you see those roadblocks, you want to get rid of those, as somebody else may want to block the site. Even though this is not necessary, just remove those base defense altogether. Make it clean so you think about your teammates that wants to be part of this operation, right? Don't be egocentric. Help. Be a team player.
Our garrison will defend us.
Give your lives for the great empire.
Commander, our garrison will defend us.
It was awesome.
Right, so this is gone.
Fire, soldiers.
This cannon as well. Demolish this roadblock. Will take 5 minutes. Leave no trace. Nobody will survive. Once this cannon is destroyed, I will take care of this base right there. Go step by step. Don't go too deep for nothing. You want to make this clean. And friends, what do you think about those base defense? Do they annoy you? I'm not a fan of them. What I mean is, they don't annoy me, but every time I play in this in Cairo, I never go crazy on base defense. I think so far I built 1 or 2 Scorpion cannons that serve no purpose, and in this city anyways, there's some alliance mission that require you to spend desert oil, so you have to build them anyways, but I'm not crazy about them. Maybe if you are on the defense, they may be useful, but I think that they cause more they cause more harm than good, meaning that when you base a Scorpion cannon, that takes an empty spot, that takes a spot to for your friend to build a base. Okay, so I understand that at some point you want more kills or you want to defend your base, but when you build all those defenses, you prevent a friend from building your base near you. That is the problem. They can play with you or against you depending of the case or the scenario. Personally, I find them more annoying than anything else, but it's just my opinion, right? So we're making good progress. Those cannons are not really strong, as EV14 is a smaller alliance. They do not have a lot of technology behind them. That's fine. In other case, those Scorpion cannon can be bothering, and the best way to counter them is either with the help of Raven bunkers or infantry. Infantry are immune to those Scorpion cannons. That's it, friends. It is done. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.